Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome to something I don't think I've ever done before. Got some NFL news. Typically, I don't fully do this, but there was actually quite a bit over the last, we'll just say, just about last 14 hours. There's been a bit of stuff. Some big, some small. Gonna start off with what got me started on this: Chris Carson retiring. Carson was a very interesting running back when he actually played. I'm saying that like he's been retired for a while now, but or injury prone, which he kind of was, and that's the reason for his retirement. The neck injury. I think he first got released by the Seahawks technically under like failed physical, and then he's gonna go ahead and retire. That's what got me started on this. Chris Carson retiring. So quick positive stuff on that. Kenneth Walker. If you play fantasy football, Kenneth Walker, smash it. If you're a Rashaad Penny guy, go ahead with that. Do whatever you want. But Kenneth Walker, used some pretty high capital on him for a running back. Fantastic college player. The run-heavy offense. If you play fantasy, either one of those running backs, whoever you like more. For me personally, Kenneth Walker. Go with these guys in terms of fantasy. As for Chris Carson, I hope he's all right. He only played 5 years. He's 27 and retiring, which the fact that he can do that really shows you how much you make as an NFL player. I'm sure he'll be back doing something in some way. At least I hope. Very underrated running back. Very powerful runner. Again, as you would expect from a Seattle running back. But best of luck to Chris Carson. Hope everything's going all right with the neck injury. Very scary stuff there in terms of that. But yeah, some good news, I guess you can say, for Kenneth Walker, Rashaad Penny, as they competition for the running back one spot. Next, some more injury stuff. Last injury of the day. Joe Burrow getting an appendectomy. Appendectomy. He's getting his appendix removed, which I think isn't really big news. I don't think he should be fine. Like, unless things go horribly wrong, he'll be fine. You know, he'll be just fine. One of my friends in 5th grade had his removed, was fine within a couple days, and that's 5th grader. So yeah, no, we're fine. He should be okay. But if you didn't know, now you know. Something that I personally didn't know, and this one it's been out for a while. Mohamed Sanu signing with the Dolphins. Does it mean anything? Probably not. But there you go. Some more signings which actually would probably mean something. Riley Reef, formerly of the Bengals last year, and before that the Vikings, signed a $10 million contract with the Chicago Bears, which, woohoo, Justin Fields, let's go. You finally get an offensive lineman. And hopefully with some development from Tevin Jenkins, you got a nice offensive tackle pairing right there. We'll see about Larry Bourne. Maybe he moves to right. You got Reef at left. But that's big news if you're Justin Fields. Like, going back to fantasy football, Darnell Mooney stock up a little bit, giving a fantastic route runner. Quarterback getting him more time in the pocket. I like that. No, that's big for the Bears. That's a big one. He may not be the best offensive tackle there is. He's not even top 10 probably. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not very smart with offensive tackles. But he's good. He's better than anything the Bears have. So a big upgrade for the Bears right there. One more interesting one, like just a quick little thing. Darius Leonard no longer exists. That's not true. He would prefer to go by Shaquille Leonard now, what his family calls him, what he goes by outside of the NFL world. So Shaquille Leonard is now that stud linebacker for the Colts. No longer Darius. Shaquille Leonard, just as a PSA. There you go. Now, potentially, the two biggest two biggest news reports, I guess. Julio Jones lands in Tampa Bay. Now, you can go ahead and decide. I think it's pretty close whose jersey swap is better. If you can actually tell it's Julio Jones in mine, with the face covering. But yes, that's Julio Jones. He's signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But yeah, which jersey swap's better? This one or mine in the thumbnail? Pretty clearly mine, I think. But yeah, that's kind of big. One of the best receivers through most of the 2010s. I get we're in the 20s now. He isn't who he once was. But you're trotting out a lineup of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin if he's healthy by week 1, and Julio Jones. Holy shit. Like it's gonna be what we like Antonio Brown succeeded in that role. You don't think Julio Jones, like these two of the top 10 receivers, two of the top receivers from the 2010s, I was like, it's gonna be fine. Like he doesn't need to score. Like he can score touchdowns because he's Julio freaking Jones. But he can also, he's just like there. Like, okay, you're gonna put your number 1 on Mike Evans. Sure. Here's Chris Godwin. You got 2 good cornerbacks. Great. Here's Julio Jones. Like it's just insane. I think this, if they weren't already, Bucs should be the favorites in the NFC. But holy crap, that like it's. I was not expect. I opened up Twitter, checking out the Chris Carson stuff. Open up that Julio Jones signed. Then something else in the trending section. There are 2 things in trending. Number 1, Dak Prescott. He's getting no more baby fat, so good for you. Here's your shout out in this. And then Trey Lance was trending. I was like, okay, what could Trey Lance be trending for? Open it up. Trey Lance is now officially quarterback 1 in San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo will be out the door eventually. I don't know exactly when. But Trey Lance, he gets the reins. He is going to be the starting quarterback for your San Francisco 49ers. So for me, I'm not a big Trey Lance guy. I never was. But in terms of, like, apparently it's there. Apparently the talent's there. I wasn't overly high on it, but it's there. If you're kicking Jimmy Garoppolo out, he's got to be good. It's like, so while I have not been the biggest Trey Lance guy in the past, I'm more or less all in. I was like, I trust Kyle Shanahan because Jimmy Garoppolo is his dude. Like he wanted Garoppolo, has Garoppolo. Wanted Mac Jones. He likes that stuff. For him to go to Trey Lance, it's got to be all there. I'm trusting Kyle Shanahan. I expect a bit now from Trey Lance. Sat out a year. Now coming into year 2 is the QB1. I expect he will have some flaws. He absolutely will. Granted, that's going to happen when you're playing like a Rams defense or like some of the tougher defenses in the league. I don't know their exact schedule, but he will have some struggles. But I think they've seen enough from him, obviously, to name him QB1, handing him the reins. That I think it's time. If you haven't already, I think it's time to buy into Trey Lance. A little late, but Trey Lance, QB1 in San Francisco. If y'all enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe. Maybe come back with this whenever there's some more bigger news. This one today seemed pretty big to me. I was like, there's some pretty big stuff. So yeah, if y'all enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Adios.